Hi there, Autumn Bear here, talking about some great topics, and today we're going to talk about healthy aging. So in Chinese medicine, the true aspect of acupuncture and its usage really was about alchemy, and the concept of alchemy really is transforming one thing into another, and in particular they would use turning things in like copper and steel and iron into gold, right? And ultimately what we want to do with our health is ultimately turn disease into health, and certainly we want to turn our health into gold on some level. So aging is really about moderation. And the moderation of life really comes from, we want to add a lot of different things to our life. We want to have very rich, full lives. But we want everything to have a certain amount of moderation. And by moderation, I mean, we can all do things to a certain amount of excess. Everything, even the things that are good, right? We talk about juicing. You juice to excess and you can really throw off the body by adding too much cold to the system. We want to reduce the amount of heat. Maybe we drink 6 cups of coffee a day and we add too much heat to the body. So the concepts that we want to look at for aging are really severalfold. We want to look at what we consume, right? We don't want to consume too much raw food, nor do we want to consume too many stimulants. So we want to start to have a nice even balance of diet. Cooked vegetables, cooked meats, a balance of vegetables and proteins and carbohydrates. We don't want to have too many processed foods. We want to have as many foods from earth as possible. That allows for us to have great nutrient absorption and really the accessibility of nutrients for our body to continue to proliferate good healthy cells. We want to reduce the amount of environmental toxins, right? So we want to reduce the amounts of drinking through plastic bottles that have our BPAs and hormonal stimulants. We also want to reduce the amounts of ways that we cook our food in our microwave ovens, any type of way that we're changing the molecular structure of our food and or water. We want to reduce the amount of hormones in our food, so on and so forth. But we also want to consider things like when you exercise, what type of exercise are you doing? You want to have just as much regenerative and restorative exercise as you have hardcore cardiovascular exercise. Integration of your Qigong and your Tai Chi and your meditation into your more, effective long-term runs or, exercise routines or things like that. And obviously sleep, sleep is something that's important. We want to go out, have a good time with our friends, but we really want to make sure that we're getting plenty of rest. And when you find yourself kind of going in one direction or the other, it's good to check in, make sure that you're having some sort of moderation in how we're living our life, because that's ultimately how we keep disease away, right? It's the excesses in our life that really lead to, any type of disease, because the idea is that disease is dis-ease. There's some sort of disruption in our balance. So keep an open mind, try to balance your life out as best you can, have a reduction in the too muches and the too littles, and try to live somewhere happily and healthily right in the middle.